Oh, that's Alyssa.
Men's garden. Монетный двор. Men's garden.
Okay. Huh. One.
It's a joke, Russian. But it's work every day. Make it.
So he ordered this one, and you see it's very light, and usually Russian churches semi-dark, and they have small windows and here large windows, and there are paintings, all paintings. It's completely unbelievable, incredible for Russian church. Usually they have icons, just icons, and icon is painted on wooden board, you know, with a special kind of paint. And you see there are banners, the trophy banners. Yeah. So really different, and these are painted marbles, artificial marbles. Just painted. Since everything is original. Peter died in 1725, and since that time, this place became the burial place of all Russian SAS, Peter the Great. So let's come closer to the. We're really lucky. We came before all other groups. So look at these figures, the all wood carved, and you see Madonna and Child have royal cloths on, and Christ, if you see through these scaffolding, has also royal cloths on. So it stresses the idea of the origin of this art from them. This structure is for Bible.
The Bible was that big?
Yeah. For the ceremonies here, it was so big. During when the Second World War started, this iconostasis was sandbagged. So the building was suffered during the war because it was so cold, the windows were cracked, but there was no direct shot. Many things were buried into the underground. Yeah, in 1752 they finished it, and it was one of the main cathedrals of St. Petersburg. And it stopped being a working church in 1721. 1920. 1920, sorry.
How old is the manager of this place?
She's about 55, something like that. This is St. Paul. On the other side, there is St. Peter. St. Peter is a patron of Peter the Great. St. Paul was all the time together with St. Peter. So that's why the name of this is St. Peter and Paul. So Peter got two pages instead of one. The original name was St. Petersburg, but when the town was growing, that name of St. Petersburg, town of Peter, was to their transferred to the town. And this church was called So St. Paul, and so by the window there is a tomb of Paul the First, the son of Catherine the Great. And remember, he was killed in that castle. He was waiting to take the throne, and then he took the throne. He became the Tsar, but in 40 days he was killed by his noble people. He was very military-minded, and at that time they reigned in the very very beginning of the 19th century, time of the French Revolution ideas spread around Europe. So he was the head of an international Maltese order, which had the members, membership. They had kings and princes and so on. And the idea was to fight back these ideas. So he was very and actually there are two walls inside and outside, and in between there is space which has other quarters or filled with sand. So in the middle of the 18th century, these quarters were turned into cells. And here is how the cell looked in 1904 and how a cell looked in 1872. You see there is kerosene lamp, but after, you see, even in Catherine's time, that's the second half of the 18th century, people who were talking against the monarchy were imprisoned here in this fortress. And for example, they were quite innocent. For example, one writer, Radishik, wrote a book about fake villages on the way from St. Petersburg to Moscow. Just fake villages with facades. Just to show off to Catherine the Great how Russian people prosper when she reigns. And for this book, he was imprisoned here. And in the middle of the 19th century, a lot of people were against the Tsar and so on. So once a woman, so women participated in this too. And once a woman imprisoned in such cell, she committed suicide. Kerosene lamp, she just set fire. And after that, they took away the kerosene lamps, and so they just introduced, there was daylight, and then they introduced electricity. The prison worked till 1918. And in the 1920s, it was turned into a museum.
It's not with the Hermitage, is it?
So 1924.
These are different flood levels.
We're supposed to photograph that.
Hi, George, how are you? Nice to see you.
After the trial was finished, the counter-revolutionaries, they said that ministers were the last ones, so they were separate. Very noble families were on the other side of the fortress, and they were moved from here. And also public, so-called public punishment was carried on the other side too, when the...
now you got a fox case. You got a fox case.
Then, yeah, Pavel, Alexander II, Peter III, 4.
Just 4? That sounds more dangerous than
But they are not very. But they are not very many. They reigned for 20 years.
Yeah. Okay.
The first Tsar was it was in the 14th century, and he reigned in Moscow. And Ivan Terrible was in it was 16th century. But he was not Romanov's dynasty. Romanov's dynasty was 1613, seems to me.
16th century, you mean 1500s?
Yeah. 16th and 1500s.
The first century started with 0 to 1000.
Стоя можно всем. По разным ступенькам просто все распределиться. Ближе. Closer still.
I think we are all answer our cameras like we did with that.
I'll go there so she can take it. Так, кто-то поближе, не видно.
Someone take a picture of Luda.
Майкл, можно сними? Вот, это интересно.
Ну, я... Не, еще раз надо.
That's okay.
You don't want another one, Dad? Все?
Yeah, that's right. Who knows where it is?
Someone give her a hand.
Так, разбираемся. Ну, тогда так. Отойди, пожалуйста.
We're glad you did not fall.
Туда высоко слишком. О, сейчас. Вот так.
Hey, nice piece of channel debris.
Going down Union across the waterway 1 year, 5 years ago.
Come on, kiddo, you coming with us?
One of the prisoners. Before or after the kerosene? That's what I want to know. Oh, I thought. Oh. I mean, this woman in here is one of the prisoners.
Yeah, let's move it.
Mom, buy me a little man.
Greg? Oh, I'm just asking her like particulars about. So 400 speed film, I guess it takes some 40 minutes to process. И ты тоже, ты знаешь, как делать этот самый, да? So she develops her own film.
Yeah, black and white, but for color.
Светлые. Разве светные как?
Цветная?
Цветная.
А цветной я только слайды, я сама не делаю.
Take slides, she doesn't process it herself. А это стоит дорого, чтобы этот, да, цветная.
Они сделают. Лучше проявлять у себя.
It's better to press it yourself. They do it quickly and it doesn't come out so great. Are you interested in color or black and white?
Well, I shoot both, but I'm just curious from how much they, like, you know, I heard film is like very expensive and
Он
stuff.
слышал,
And
что
I wondered how much color it cost to
пленки
process a roll
стоят
of this
дорого
into a
здесь, и он просто, ему интересно узнать. какие цены, как это сделано.
Ну, у нас профессиональная пленка в магазинах не продается. Нам выдают ее.
So they are given professional quality film. They don't buy it in a store, in a regular store. So it's for her to say.
So she works for a newspaper or something that provides.
Я забыла, какая организация или место.
Журнал искусства Ленинграда.
Journal of Art of Leningrad Art. Yeah.
Фотокорреспондент.
Photo correspondent.
I see.
Photojournalist. А вы не можете с книгами и открытками в Hermitage? Почему у них нет репликации этих живописей? Да.
Есть, почему?
Но очень трудно найти и мало вообще продают.
Я не знаю, нет. Всегда была свободна, я просто не интересовалась.
Ага, ну не ты сама, но просто вообще. Нам кажется, что должно быть больше такая коллекция. I just was talking about how we were talking yesterday about how there's so many great pieces in Hermitage and they don't sell very many postcards or books or anything about it all.
Slides.
Yeah.
I got the whole set of slides.
They sell slides, yeah.
Go through them on the boat sometime, and if you want prints, take them and just send them back to me when you're done with them.
Leanne is going all the way back to the bus.
Let's go, you guys.
Зачем?
Ну да.
А вы не увидите. Адрес дадите.
Я и попытал.
Не успею выслать. Я уезжаю.
Да.
Через 2 дня.
Where'd he go? I don't get it. Red. No, it just stands here.
Have you been taking pictures of military stuff?
Oh yeah.
Can provide help with preparing electronics, or at least advise if that's useful.
Okay, yeah, it will be for the radar, that's for sure.
He'll be there.
Yeah, it sounds like we've got a few things. So that's good.
So the first church was wooden, a small wooden church, which was built for the wedding of Peter the Great and his second wife, Catherine I. And it was just very small, very simple, and built in 1710. In 1712, after St. Petersburg became the capital, Peter decided to have this church replaced with a bigger one, better one. And the second church was built 1720s, but again it was built very close to the Neva River. And you know, the soil here is very marshy, so because of uneven subsiding, there were cracks in the walls, and so that church was demolished. And the third church was built in the second half, in the end of the 18th century, and it was in the time of Catherine the Great, and very good marble and gold and semi-precious stones were stocked. But her bad son, Paul I, who was waiting to take the throne, decided to grab these stocks and use them for his own palace. So it was one of the reasons why the original project was spoiled, and the church was built. The Russian Orthodox Church consecrated the altar wall. So but people still criticized and they didn't like, because it was the main cathedral for a long, long time. So in 1801, when Alexander I became the Tsar, he started a competition for the best project of a new church, to rebuild this church. The assignment was very difficult, because that altar wall couldn't be demolished because it had been consecrated, and so no architect was the winner. So in 1814, when the Russian army was marching through Paris, a young man rushed to the Tsar, and he managed to get to him. He wasn't shot on the way, and he had heard about this competition and showed a whole album of 24 designs. So that man was Montferrand, a Frenchman, and he was appointed the chief architect of the cathedral. So he moved to Russia. He designed a number of palaces here, as well as this cathedral. And the designing and building took 40 years. Quite a number of times the construction stopped because different problems appeared, and the main problem was the weight of the building. You see, these columns, all in all, there are 114 granite columns. They are solid. They are hewn from rocks. The rocks were now in the territory of Finland. So the rocks were hewn. They were brought here by cargo ships, rolled to here, and put up. Each column weighs about 100 tons, and it took 45 minutes to put up each column. There were scaffoldings with ropes and so on. The cathedral was called St. Isaac's because St. Isaac was one of the first Christians, and the wedding of Peter the Great and Catherine I was on the day of St. Isaac. And now let's get in the cathedral. More extra. For gilding, for gold leaving, the mixture of gold and mercury used, and it was heated and mercury evaporated, and gold was stuck to the moldings forever. Actually, it has never been regilded since 1840s. It was restored after the war, but just partially. And when the war started, the cupola were painted dark grey. You can't see, I mean the cupola outside, sorry I'm saying about this here. But so after the war, the paint was removed and it was just polished. Gold leaving was very good for gold, for the structure, for the things, but very bad for the health of the people who were occupied with us. For the walls and these kind of semi-columns, 14 kinds of marble used, and a lot of marble came from France and from Italy. There to here, Russian serfs were working on the construction site. Below the building, it's very, very heavy, and the water level in Leningrad is very high. There are piles, wooden piles, and they are originally still there. And according to the documents, somewhere in the basement there were platinum medals saying that this cathedral was founded here. So they were polished, the columns were polished, scaffolding, they were put up. Each row, there were many system of ropes, each rope was being dragged by 40 people. And so it took only 45 minutes for each column. So that column is 600 tons. So just put up.
600 tons?
600 tons. This is just terrible. So what they did, you see the cupola consists of three pieces, one into another in relation.
Yeah.
So it is like a Russian doll matryoshka, yeah, one into another. And the space between these cupolas was filled with thousands of empty clay pots, because this is a really good material for sound, for acoustics, and for temperature insulation. So it was just a brilliant idea to do it. And another problem was to imagine how this cathedral would look like when it's ready according to the project's designs. So one man did a model in the life, small model, but exactly to the project. This is the dance place. You see, it's very strange. The dance place looking this direction. So I tried to ask everyone. I asked everyone, all researchers on everywhere, because in every church I saw the dance place looking that direction. So they couldn't answer. So my own. So I said, well, sorry, but I can't tell you anymore because I understand to some extent. so it works out. And finally, they decided to take away this. So it's just a memorable place. Memorable, thank you. And now let's get to the iconostas. Because all the population can go to see it.
Are there some people who are interested in finding out?
What is this say?
Фонетические знаки.
Yeah.
Знаки. Знак? This is not letters. Letter буква. But буква is...
Look at that mark over there with the flag on it, it's only about 45 degrees.
Where?
Over by that baby ugly thing, whatever it is.
Hey!
Larissa! Ready? Line.
Ready?
Hello! Hey, Pam.
Hi,
Long time no see. Sure. Okay, this. Niels, want this line over yet? Yep. Yes, стоять-то будем. Отход когда у них? Понедельник?
Oh, what timing?
Well, how's it been so far?
It's a wild place.
Great. The whole time? Well, you did it. And you have yet to do it. That's right. Woo, 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 woo!
We'll show you, Nadine.
You better.
I think so.
Хорошо. А, спасибо.
Jake?
Not until 2 days from now. That's where I finish having fun here.
Professional crew, however, is on the boat.
No.
Tonight.
No.
Set. Are you ready? How are you?
I'm ready.
I bet you're ready.
How was it?
You guys need to chill out for 2 days on the boat.
2 days? 2 days? Guess I a little longer. Do I know her?
Maggie. Yeah, Maggie.
She's here?
She's on our crew. No, Maggie.
We gonna lose Same to you, buddy.
Dimi.
Dimi, очень хороший.
Laura.
Have we got stuff to talk about? Yeah! Hi, Patrice.
Yeah!
457 engine hours. All right.
How many?
Yeah. 400.
Thank you, Miss Black. Baby!
Hi.
Welcome to Leningrad!
Thank you. Oh my God. It's more engine hours than I've ever done at any boat, anywhere, for any reason, under any circumstance.
Did you have any wins since you left Nova Scotia?
Been quite a bit of fuel. Stop and
Please don't jump too fast. Because it will be difficult with the guy.
Yeah, we won't. Yeah.
The problems.
Yeah.
Natasha.
a lighter came out.
Wasn't the right way. Kate, how's your camera doing? Huh? That's good. Great. How's the tape stock?
Oh, that's right. Oh, did you?
I got only 5 hours of Super VHS. So it's
Fine. We've got some we can review.
okay. Yeah.
We've got like a box.
I tried to get some donated. I had to buy it all, everything.
We've got like
So.
we probably got 10. So we'll see what we shoot here and then you know. We shot a lot of meetings and stuff. We just don't waste time.
I've shot some stuff over already, from like finding more interesting things and then shooting over.
Recording over the tape.
Yeah, because a lot of stuff you think is like going to be relevant, but it's.
You never. Congratulations.
Hi, yeah, it's great. Glad to see you guys in one piece.
Did you have your dance?
I wish we had a waterproof camera with gas.
Yeah, it must have been exciting. God, that's what I got this for. Was it in the middle of a storm?
Yeah, Vladimir's got a 35mm film camera recorded.
Wow.
So hopefully we can get some more bad transfers. They worked together on Pushkin before it left New York. You were there, right? I was loaded. Yeah, I know you're there.
Ой, смотри, как красиво получится.
Okay, what you have to do is take the stick out. Okay, don't tie that in.
Yeah. Stick your nose out around that thing. You want to take your pics out.
What the heck for?
All right.
Пускай покажет тогда, которая наша.
Yeah. Welcome to Exhaustionville.
We were up a little late last night, but other than that. I didn't have a problem with it. Some people never
Well, you invited out to a jazz club.
Te Vega's volunteers.
Oh, Block and Nejma cried the town.
How I wish I was in New York now.
For 40 women and men, all lunatics who would make for them
The Vegas crew, goddamn them all. We was told we'd cruise the seas on a schooner boat. We'd eat Ben and Jerry's, drink Manhattan beer. Now I'm a drunken sod on a Leningrad pier, the last of Te Vega's volunteers.
Oh, the Te Vega schooner was a sorry sight.
How I wish I was in New York now.
With ice cream there and nachos here, and the forepeak loaded full of beer.
God damn them all. I was told we'd cruise the seas on a schooner boat. We'd eat Ben and Jerry's, drink Manhattan beers. Now I'm a drunken sod on a Leningrad pier, the last of Te Vega's volunteers.
On the 4th of July, we started our trip.
How I wish I was in New York now.
A scurvier crew you'll never see in the red carpet lounge at Kennedy.
God damn them all. I was told we'd cruise the seas on a schooner boat. We'd eat Ben and Jerry's, drink Manhattan beers. Now we're drunken sod on a Leningrad pier, the last of Te Vega's volunteers.
After 4 full meals, we landed again.
How I wish I was in New York now.
On the shore of the Baltic Sea, eating strawberries in Helsinki.
God damn them all. I was told we'd cruise the seas on a schooner boat. We'd eat Ben and Jerry's, drink Manhattan beers. Now I'm a drunken sod on a Leningrad pier, the last of Te Vega's volunteers.
They finally got us on the train.
How I wish I was in New York now.
The crew to Moscow and the luggage to Stockholm. If Te Vega doesn't hurry, we'll have to walk home.
God damn them all. I was told we'd cruise the seas on a schooner boat. We'd eat Ben and Jerry's, drink Manhattan beers. Now I'm a drunken sod on a Leningrad pier, the last of Te Vega's volunteers.
Meanwhile, on the boat at sea,
how I wish I was in New York now.
A storm was brewing and the crew was frantic as the rig almost fell into the Atlantic.
God damn them all. I was told we'd cruise the seas on a schooner boat. We'd eat Ben and Jerry's, drink Manhattan beers. Now I'm a drunken sod on a Leningrad pier, the last of Te Vega's volunteers.
In Moscow we were drinking and singing songs.
How I wish I was in New York now.
Cathedrals, the Kremlin, Lenin's tomb, and Red Square. There's no ice water, but there's vodka to spare.
God damn them all. I was told we'd cruise the seas on a schooner boat. We'd eat Ben and Jerry's, drink Manhattan beer. Now I'm a drunken sod on a Leningrad pier, the last of Te Vega's volunteers.
On departure night, champagne and caviar.
How I wish I was in New York now.
Our hosts were cooking and pouring rounds, and all of us gained about 40 pounds.
God damn them all. I was told we'd cruise the seas on a schooner boat. We'd eat Ben and Jerry's, drink Manhattan beer. Now I'm a drunken sod on a Leningrad pier, the last of Te Vega's volunteers.
Now here we stand on July 14.
How I wish I was in New York now.
As a ragged first leg crew sails in, let's get to sea and get thin again.
God damn them all. I was told we'd cruise the seas on the schooner boat. We'd eat Ben and Jerry's, drink Manhattan beer. Now I'm a drunken sod on a Leningrad pier, the last of Te Vega's volunteers. Manhattan beer for you. Yeah, Manhattan beer. That's the last one.
That's been bouncing in the forepeak for 6 weeks. Okay.
so glad to see you. What now you know my secret. It's your flex. Hey, York. Nice to have a picture of you. Oh, yeah. Okay.
We get any more money out of that? Like for phone calls, time spent, and all that.
The money's still in our account.
If I wait around.
You know, the day before we came, what's going on in Finland, you know? There's no word about who was picking us up or how we're getting. And the day before we came, the thing came and said, such and such a travel agent will meet you in Helsinki, and they'll get you to the train station. It worked good. But that's all I said. We'll do 2 things. I didn't say where we were going, you know, it said Leningrad, Moscow. They said, you know, you need to bring all the money, our money from your account to pay for it. So then I said, depends, where we can work out a line. And then I had person meeting. They're thrown on a bus a little bit Helsinki. Took us to the train.
Are we scheduled for train? All the way to Helsinki?
We're scheduled for a train from here to Moscow. From there, I think you're probably scheduled for a train back.
Yeah, train back and then from Leningrad to Leningrad.
I think.
Well, we went.
No, we went
direct.
through Leningrad.
We went from Helsinki right to Moscow.
How do I fill one of these out?
You know, we got on like 5 o'clock Finland time.
How do I fill this out? Where's the end?
Any money left?
Well, we had hoped to catch one of those systems, and when we were going, when we were getting there, we had to put it in. So it made sense to go that way. And there was a wicked gale blowing in the channel. Headwinds. So it made a lot of sense. It wouldn't have mattered. Either way, we would have gotten smashed for a little bit of time and motored a little. No, we probably would have motored the same. I don't know.
It's probably better for you guys we didn't get that much sail. You take too much.
Визжала, там пламя, убивала. Понимаешь, они дали там, и опять ко мне, и опять. А там очень хорошо у нас и там встречи устроили, которые надо все отправили. Но на ванну я все-таки не решилась. Вчера я подушку подарила. Потому что я настолько себя чувствую. Все строятся. Здесь вот правильно, видно.
What
it doesn't matter. It's basically how much bunkers he wants to take. Did you already figure out if it's getting donated here or what?
The gentleman here is asking that you just wait for a few more minutes.
If you have to pay for it, you might maybe want to take less than you can get.
What's this?
About bunkers right now there. That's what we need in detail.
This is
Laundry, chip chamber.
we would like to fill the ship,
Well, whatever.
but we are not paying for it. What we understand is that the Soviets are paying for it.
Hey there. I'm still busy with the paperwork. Right now, they would like to know in advance how much burgers we will take. And I don't know if it's
How much what?
bunkers.
The Soviet's supposed to fill it up. Let's find Slava.
Where is Slava?
Like, there's going to be a laundry service and all that.
What?
There's no question about what they You need to notify them before the filming starts to make sure that that's actually the case.
What, do they want to... The man who asked about
Well, I talked to Greg Swansea when he was taken on board. All the guy right now he wants to know how much we take eventually. I will tell him that it's not a definite order. He wants to know how much we can take. I know.
Well, I think the hope has been like there's certain details that in your experience will be worthwhile on. Like apparently the male-female situation.
Yeah, but I'm not sure what you can do to change that. I mean, even after it was discussed, it didn't get much. It got worse after it was discussed.
Really? Really?
The thing you learn is tolerance, whatever. I can't ask women, some people not to make tea for their...
Yeah, but how did they treat you?
Okay, because I knew more than that. That was
what about...
I had problems sometimes with a couple of them.
What about the women who weren't in a position? American women who did know that stuff?
I think they probably had frustrated.
I have a feeling. So far it's been that way.
Pretty good. I mean, it's been boring. 9 days. All from Scotland to motoring. 3 hours sailing. That's it. Everything motoring.
How about the way across?
A lot of motoring too. There was a lot of high air. We did some pretty good sailing. We went north.
Yeah.
Shortest route.
Yeah, no, it's good. We saw you.
But just kept it on 40 miles a day all the way. So we tried everything. Sneak around, close, highs.
How are you doing?
Pretty well. Actually, we came in last night already. We're at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We dropped anchor. So we give them some time to finish up, have a party and talk, and it was pretty good. In general, people are really happy.
Yeah. Well, they should be.
Yeah.
Good accomplishment.
Thanks. Anyway, let me finish up this paperwork first. Non-stop fun?
Yeah, I'm exhausted. I had to go to sleep a half hour before you guys got in. And got here just as we saw the mast above the ship, the cruise ship here, and had to
is that
run
right?
from the bus stop. And luckily I didn't get here right in time.
Well, let's see, I wanted to say hello to
Перестройка, гласность в Нью-Йорке. Заходите в перестройка ресторан. Да? Да, он такой же русский, как и...
Как все остальное.
Вот там, да, меня свалили зеленый воду. Откуда? Из Джорджии. Да пиши из Грузии. Дархун, да, Дархуновая водка. И меня свалили под корень, просто добрались. Да, он согласился со мной. Он как раз директор этого хозяина этого ресторанчика. Они тоже по нашей привычке затащили нас на пищеблок, начали кормить. Да ешьте, так лайда сам.
Приезжайте куда хотите, в 11 часов приезжайте.
Ну, мы придем, если захотим.
Там есть возможность.
Вон, он плавает.
Леночка, я пойду на штанг тогда, да?
Давай.
Сейчас иду. Слава. Mike, 2 glasses, first shot across from the shore.
Sure.
All you have to do is focus, I think.
Okay, who's this who's?
Леночка, до конца, пожалуйста, нажми кнопочку. Надо прям на пол. Come on, everybody.
Eyes all bugged out and everything. They do.
Guys, man.
Oh. And you didn't have meat at all?
We had much meat. We ate like 300 pounds of beef. We had a lot of meat, but it was became an issue.
But they couldn't just maybe they could eat meat secretly at night.
No, definitely not. You can only eat at meal times, but there's plenty of.
We hope to meet a lot of people and to talk about our experiences and our desires for world peace and a more ecologically sound future.
Теперь вам вопрос. Давайте когда с этой стороны, как вы считаете, ну вот то, что я сейчас пришла, так не будет все это сумбурно немножко? Нормально все это принято? А что все это? У нас идет все согласно намеченной программе. Правда, не случилось небольшое опоздание, из-за шторма мы пришли на 3 дня позже. А так, есть программа для первого экипажа, есть программа для второго. Американцы уже прилетели в СССР, они сейчас кончают программу в Москве, завтра приезжают в Ленинград. Все идет согласно намеченному плану. У меня 1,5 месяца не было, и мои друзья занимались этой программой. Но намечена и культурная программа.
Аккумулятор слышно? Да, аккумулятор скис. Больше у нас нет. А что рисковать? Он работает. Попробуем. Сейчас.
Mine's still running.
Hi, Mom. That's great.
Waterproof. Drop it there.
No, $580.
Yeah.
So it's probably about 400 rubles. That's not.
What's on black market price?
5,800.
58, yeah.
Good.
The rest is home. So, yes.
Yeah, this is the only jazz club in Leningrad.
How do we pay for it?
That's what I asked.
Oh, shit, yeah.
They cover it.
You haven't worked that out, huh?
Well, we don't have.
За наше общее дело, за наш общий успех, за мир, за чистую планету. И полный! Вперед! Вперед! To peace, to the clean planet, and to our success of this trip, of the other trip, and of the trips ever to come. Cheers! Yay! Come for a drink. Come over.
Hey, chance for evening wear. Nice jacket.
VHS is like, it's not a TV meeting. At least it hasn't traditionally been. Maybe the standard is there. Maybe it's possible. But the whole point is that this is for people who want to, you, me, him. We want to go back. We want to show our friends. We want to show our neighbors. We want to show our business. We want to show our Lions Club. We want to show. We take it back and we show it. We show it personally. We say, okay, we did this because we don't think the military is supposed to be spending so much money. We said, I got shot this morning. The Soviet sub, coming out of the water. And then we have a 20-minute track show, or at least, maybe half an hour, 40 minutes coming into Leningrad, right? Going by all these ships, commercial fishing ships, and suddenly it's just this whole beginning of when first it starts to say, okay, the Soviet Union is big, it's bigger than life. Look at all these ships. You come through this river up the Neva River. Okay, you come up the river and you're just going, wait till you go out. It's beautiful. Well, especially for us since we hadn't seen anything but fog and endless water for 6 weeks, except for Lunenburg. It's a long time. 5,001 miles, Neil is calculated. You're just sorry. Also problemas. Nobody speaks. We had many problems. Many mechanical problems.
He can hear you.
I'm used to speaking above an engine. was Russians palace, noble palace, constructed in the 19th century. Some palaces are museums, but there are often associated with palaces or libraries, and for a long time, Leningrad didn't get enough attention and money. So it was renamed
The whole thing is just feeding upon itself. It's getting worse and worse. And that's when barbershops started to implement.
You see, it was very difficult to build a town. Most of these overcast, especially in winter. They say that we have only 60 days complete sun. Yeah. And before the change all the time. And now we are still in Moscow Prospect. Moskovsky Prospect. To the left, a huge building. Only Mr. Lenin. See here the problem. I was told that he had a problem with his hand.
It's not just limited to...
And that huge building was supposed to be the where he was died. And this figure is not completely the same. It doesn't include many people who are missing.
And we have 2 beers just taking $5.30.
This is the southern beach of the town. And some old people, and you know, so there is a lot of old people there, but 25% are older than 65. And the old people say, well, I have done nothing more, I risked my life not to, and I earned money and earned glory. He said, well, it's cooperative, there's no one controls the prices. Yesterday, tomorrow, today, people want to buy potato.
Wow, the first jogger I've ever seen here.
Petersburg, built 1837. The first water supply system was built also in this village. Nicholas II, after he was overthrown in February 1917, the second revolution, the Russian Revolution, he moved to the Zaz village, so he stayed here, and then he moved into the Europe. After the October Revolution, October 1917, the government decided to turn the houses, noble houses and mansions into orphanages. Because orphanage, the problem of orphans was terrible in Russia after the First World War, and actually the war was on at that time, and with the general poverty in Russia. So that's why the town was renamed Children's Village. And in 1937, it was renamed Pushkin. Now, Pushkin is a Russian, an outstanding and very popular, even now, he's very popular pianist, Russian pianist. He was born 1799 and he was killed on June 1837. The duel was about the fidelity of his wife. The official reason, but actually he had a lot of friends, noble people, with whom he went to Lyceum, who were against the Tsar and monarchy in general, and they participated in activity against the Tsar in the beginning of the 19th century. And Pushkin himself criticized Tsar pretty often and wrote terrible epigrams, and Tsar wanted to humiliate him, and he appointed him to the post of serving in the court, the post which was usually given to a young man of 18, and Pushkin was in his 30s and he was a very popular poet at the time. And Pushkin hated these small parties. His wife was considered to be the most beautiful woman of that time.
Yo, dudes, what's happening?
It's like the black guys in the city, you know?
Yo, Holmes.
She was yes.
Associating and working with her, you know, and I can.
Я перевожу его. Не может говорить по-русски. Только по-английски.
Yeah, I know. Complete breakdown in verbal communication about all the articles. Wait a minute. Yeah. Okay. So I heard this is Alyssa's third.
What about Svetlana or Natasha or Olga?
Natasha, Lena.
The first day we set the topsail, so everybody, the flying jib, 2 days out of New York, so everybody's like on deck with this thing and glorifying, and it's foggy as hell, we're on the Grand Banks, and somebody's like throwing a slop bucket over the side, and they look up and there's a fucking fishing boat like 200 yards off going right at us. And I mean, there was that kind of fog, you didn't see it till 200 yards, it just appears, and we're like right up there, you can see Hercules on its bow and it's fucking steaming right at us. So they honk the foghorn like 5 times, and the guy finally cracks off and goes underneath the stern. In the middle of nowhere, you know, it was spooky.
We go skating.
Where are your shoes? Where are your shoes?
I will get them up. Let me know. Nice skates. See how many people.
All right. Good shot. On the ceiling consists has a regional feeding partial record view. So the regional painting here.
Huh? It's all overexposed most. The gold. Well, it's just hard to get a reading off. You need a spot meter for situations like this. You need to spot out the highlights and what they're reading to come up with an average. There's a Hey, get that thing away.
And in the middle there are some plates with
Yeah, almost 2,000.
3,000. 2,000. This one.
Yeah. It's waterproof. You can splash it.
But you see black and white.
Yes, I see. You see in black and white because it's a small screen, but it plays in color.
In colors.
It plays in colors.
Okay.
On an exciting tour, we're going to go to another cathedral. Look what's on TV.
Тебе что? Надо выставить где-нибудь в носе. Да, эту штуку. Успей. Серьезно, там деловым сразу стал.
Ты что, давай на него наведи.
Давай, стреляй. Не видно ничего. Попал. Свои штаты.
Вот зачем ты вот это делаешь? Я не понимаю.
Кто не записывает, уже не записывает просто.
Все равно, все равно.
Тупой.
Как фокус, да, пойдет сам?
А там на кнопочку нажимаешь, что? Сидят. Золоченые.
Давай.
Роду.
китайцев.
Очень сигарету.
They started to walk and they're too heavy. But there was some swinging.
There's a Cadillac doing in Leningrad with Florida license
But
plate.
where is the license? Such license for?
It must.
What are your plans for tonight?
Который был у нас, он специально до 70 тысяч герц написал, радио решит, чтобы профессиональную запись не сделать.
Look at this, folks. Digital in the Soviet Union already.
И без козырка под воду уйдет. Рыбам она достанется. Я ведь не вспомнит никто. Забудут родного брательника. Только останется от него лишь полосатость тельника.
That has a change or it goes down to G. Then there's that one point. We are leaving. It goes down. You don't need us. You know. There might have been things I missed, but don't be unkind. It don't mean I'm blind. Well, I think a thing or two. I think I'm lying in bed. Baby, I might have changed. Not been so true. Not been so true. Well, I think a bit too.
does he play?
He plays bass and percussion.
Wonderful. This is real. Have we? Как зовут? My name is Sasha. Oh, Sasha, sorry. My name is Dan.
What style do you like to play? Do you play fusion, jazz?
Maybe traditional.
Traditional?
Traditional.
Rock and roll?
Yeah, rock and roll and
They're playing
songs.
Folk rock.
With text and with many voices.
I'd like to hear it.
Little rose, how the world do you know?